following the fire incident which occurred on Friday evening, 25th of November 2022, a popular motor spare parts shop along Owa Ekei Road by Obianke Junction, popularly known as Caravan. The chairman, Ika North East Local Government Area, Honorable Barrister Victor Ebonka, had led the Commissioner Bureau for Special Duties, Honorable John Bull Edema, on a visit on behalf of the Delta State Governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, to the scene of the fire disaster to inspect the level of loss and damage.
They had to break through this fence to be able to assess the back. You can see the impact of the fire. If not for the fire extinguishers, this building would have been eaten up by fire. You can see the impact on the roof. All the adjoining buildings had their own effect of the fire. As soon as I did a call to them, in a few minutes they were here. Though at the time they ran out of water and they refilled on 3 or 4 occasions before Ogwashiku came to compliment their efforts, and we also mobilized owners of water tankers around. They all helped, and all the residents around assisted in ensuring that the situation is contained.
They sympathized with occupants in the neighborhood whose buildings were also partially affected.
It's a very sound, very noise, and this time, before you close it, because we are in a Harmattan period, it will ignite. Fire will spread as fast as possible. We just thank God that no life was involved. So we will go and see the man.
At the time of PMTV coverage, the true cause of the fire outbreak was unascertained as investigation by the Federal Fire Service was still ongoing. However, an unverified source alleged that one of his apprentices who was asked to add up petrol in the generator turned it while the generator was still on, which dropped on the exhaust and caught up flames. Shortly after the inspection, they proceeded to the hospital where the victim, Mr. Stephen Okoye, was undergoing treatment to check on his health condition. The wife of the victim, Mrs. Amaka Okoye, narrated the cause of the fire outbreak and appealed to the state government to come to their aid.
We were just offloading. As we were offloading, I said I should go and buy big nylon so that I used to cover some because of sun. So I went to the market. Coming back from the market, it was dark. He said one of his boy to go and on the generator. When he went to go and on the generator, that was how we no reach. What I'm hearing is that they came to the front because we are at the frontage, packing load. Say fire, 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 fire. Before we get to know whether it is fire or what is shouting for, everywhere have full with fire. The whole fire extinguisher we have, 10 cartons, we upload about 6 kg, about 10 kg we are selling. We use it to quench the fire, no way. We use everything to the possible to quench the fire, no way. So I asked them to go and call the fire brigade. For over 30 minutes, no fire brigade. And I asked him, please stay with me. He fainted. Let me go and call the fire brigade. When I get there, when they see me, they will know me. Because they normally bought goods from my shop. When I get to the fire brigade, they were saying, is it you? I said, yes, sir, please run. Something has spoiled though. Something has spoiled though. I beg. Millions of naira. We have not paid even 1 naira. We have not paid even 1 naira.
The commissioner, Honorable John Bull Edema, commiserated with the victim on the huge loss of his property. He assured him that the Delta State Governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, will not abandon him. Added that the state government will reach out to them soonest to cushion the effect of his loss and damage.
Life first. I know that you've lost a lot of things, but thank God through the fire service we were able to contain it and make it your issues alone instead of affecting other people. A spark from any point, the electrical and all of that, before you know it, you just go fast because of the season that we have. Like what chairman has said, the governor too, being that is the son of the soil, he was not at rest. We worked together to make sure that all the fire stations that we have get support. And they actually did well. If not by now, we would have been talking about the
Other
surrounding
houses.
and all of that. And I assure you that we will reach out to you again. We'll always check on you to know how you are doing. And like as I said, we thank God that the effect is not more than this. And I'm sure, no distant time, you will be part of this. It is well.
We thank God that you are alive. And we also thank God that the bonds that you have are not first degree bonds. We have a governor that has the interests of everybody at heart. As soon as he heard, he assured that we must come and see you immediately. Even yesterday, they had to mobilize fire servicemen in Agbo to come and contain the situation. The fire servicemen had to come from Ogwashiku yesterday to complement the effort of the fire servicemen that we have on ground. The one we have on ground actually came and they did their best. Because you have several inflammable materials, and it was actually difficult to contain the fire. But we thank God at the end of the day, with the effort of the fire servicemen from Ogwashiku and all other citizens around who brought tankers of water, and we were able to contain the fire from even escalating into the neighboring houses. Even part of those neighboring houses were affected, though not very significant. So we are doing our best. We have come to see you, to sympathize with you. And we know that definitely we are going to reach out to you later on behalf of the government. So sorry, I will ensure that we'll come consistently to see you and ensure that you are in good condition.
Speaking with Honorable John Bull Edema, he described the incident as a very sad situation, noted that his visit to the scene is one of his significant assignment to assess the degree of the fire hazard and relay back to the state government for necessary action.
A very sad situation. That is part of our assignment, and one of it is for us to visit the scene to have first-hand information, which we've done, and we see the level of the damage. This is the first phase. After this phase, we send our SEMA team, the State Emergency Management team, to go back there. It is their place to do our assessment and advise the government on what to do and how we can cushion the effect on the owner of the property.
He therefore advised all Deltans on the need to have fire extinguisher in their business shops, homes and offices for readiness in case of similar occurrences to avert enormous damage before the arrival of fire service team. Added that a check team will be set up to ensure compliance to that effect.
I will advise all dentants, make sure that we adhere to some of all those things. We need to have fire extinguisher in our own homes, because anywhere you have kitchen, you expect that fire can ignite from anything. Should we have such a fire outbreak? Even before the fire service will come, you as an individual, we should see some level of effort, and we set up the team to check with the level of compliance and all of that, both public and private sector.
Speaking with Barrister Victor Ibonka, he described the fire outbreak as unfortunate and thanked God the incident didn't claim any life.
It's an unfortunate situation, but we thank God Almighty that no life was lost, and the only person that sustained injury is not a first degree burn like we saw now. He's talking, he's in a very stable condition. That is the most important thing. Once there is life, there is hope.
He narrated how the Federal Fire Service were contacted and commended them for their rapid response.
On the part of government, as soon as we heard yesterday, we did a call across to the fire service men, and proactively they arrived at the venue. But owing to the fact that more than a trailer load of engine oil was discharged there, you have several spare parts which are all highly inflammable. I know as a fact that on 2 or 3 occasions they went to refill their tank, and with the help of the tanker drivers around, when we saw that the fire was difficult to contain, all we did was to put a call across to Asaba unit. Myself, all through the night, I was interfacing with the Commissioner Bureau for Special Duties, and he did a call across to the Ogwashiku Fire Unit, and they came timeously also and complemented the effort of the Agbo Fire Service. We saw how that The neighboring buildings were also affected, though not too significant because of the gallantry of the fire servicemen.
He also appreciated the efforts of residents in the area for their help in preventing the inferno from affecting neighboring buildings. He therefore advised members of the public to always take precautionary measures when igniting appliances around inflammable materials, taking into cognizance the draftiness of the season.
I also want to advise members of the public. The season is a harmattan season. Any little thing can ignite the fire. We need to be cautious in handling inflammable materials. We should ensure that there is no leakage in our generators and we comply with all the fire measures.
Honorable Barrister Victor Ebonka appealed to well-meaning Nigerians and humanitarian organizations to support in their various capacity to ameliorate the suffering of the affected victims. From Boji Owa in Ika Northeast local government area of Delta State, Sandra Obwe, PMTV News.
Hey everybody, keep watching PMTV.
I'm giving a shout out to PMTV, People's Mind.
Yo guys, it's Emeka from Amsterdam, Holland. Go and check PMTV.
Hey guys, keep watching PMTV.
Nigerians, wherever you are, whether you're in Enugu, Lagos, Abuja, keep on watching People's Mind Television, PMTV.